Hello. So today is my birthday. It's December 9th, 2021. And I got this idea, even though I've been doing this for 3 or 4 months now, since August. I got this idea to really intentionally practice letting go for 365 days. Do it for a year, one day at a time. Um, and I think I have a journal. I like it, but I don't really write in it very much. And I think, when I have an idea of something I want to write in my journal, it's not always an opportune time, or I forget about it, or it's the end of the day and I want to go to sleep. So I don't journal very often, and I try not to judge myself for not journaling very often. But I thought that videos might be a little bit easier to record, like spur of the moment. And um, I don't know, uploading them to YouTube honestly kind of makes me feel a little nervous, a little fearful. But I guess on one hand, I'm kind of hoping that no one's going to see these. And then on the other hand, maybe like a handful of people who it really might resonate for might see them. And then, that's great. Um, a few days ago, I was looking around for videos about Michael Singer, who's been a big influence in my life since about September. I've been listening to his talks that he puts out 3 times a week. And someone posted a video saying that he'd been practicing that like surrender, letting go technique for a year. And he kind of described the changes. And I just thought that having a video account, even if it's just for myself, of where I'm at now and the day-to-day ins and outs of this process, and then seeing where I am a year from now, I think it might help ground me and be something nice to reflect on. I guess for if someone's watching this and doesn't know about the letting go technique, I've read Letting Go by David R. Hawkins, and then The Untethered Soul by Michael Singer. I'm planning on very soon reading The Surrender Experiment by Michael Singer, which also is about his process of going through this. But I guess the main premise is letting go of your attachment, letting go of your preference, and allowing life to unfold as it does, and trying to relax back behind your judgment, relax back behind the emotion that you feel in reaction to things, create space between the initial feeling, the initial thought, and then your reaction to it. And the more you can make space between the initial event and your reaction, the more time you have to bring consciousness into it and to, act from a place of truth and ideally in this situation from a place of no preference. And I've got this so my journey has basically been, I think in August I started attending Codependence Anonymous meetings online. And in the beginning I was like, I don't think I'm really codependent. A friend had suggested it. He said the 12-step programs are just really wonderful for having a group of people who support you. You can also find a sponsor there, which can be helpful. And having that familiarity and that routine and that touchstone each week can be really helpful. And then very quickly, as I explored Codependence Anonymous, and their prerequisite for joining is just a desire for healthy and loving relationships. So I didn't feel like an imposter in the beginning. And then the more time I spent with them, the more I recognized codependency in myself, some of which I had actually processed through on my own when I was younger. And then other things that I probably do still have. I'm not in a relationship, so I'm not being codependent with a partner right now. Um, but when I go through breakups, I have a very hard time, and I think that's why. So anyway, they've got a few different texts that you can work through. I've got like the blue book, that's like their big book that kind of tells you about the steps, and then I've got their green workbook, and I'm working through the steps with a group of 4 of us, which is awesome. We've been doing that since October. Yeah, I think like October 1st was our deadline for starting. So we've done the first 2 steps, and then there's also traditions. There's 12 steps and 12 traditions. So we've done the first 2 steps and the first 2 traditions. We're working on tradition 2 right now. I'm listening to the book Recovery by Russell Crowe by Russell Brand, and that getting his take on the 12 steps. I already mentioned the other books that from Michael Singer and David Hawkins. So those are my big influences. And one of the Coda books is this little meditation book that has like daily meditations. And I thought the one from today really helps to kind of bridge those worlds of like Coda and mindfulness and letting go. And so I wanted to read it. December 9th. In this moment, I choose my attitude. A positive attitude is a good way to start the day. How I perceive events determines the quality of my life. I can stay stuck in self-defeating negativity or look at things positively. For me, the choice is clear. I can't change the past, but in Coda, I've learned to look at my experiences in a new, healthier light. I strive each day to see the good in people, places, and things. I am convinced that the quality of my life depends less on what happens to me and more on how I react to those events. I am in charge of my attitude. So this is a thing that I've been trying to practice for, like I said, since August, but especially since I started listening to the Michael Singer talks on a daily basis in September. Something really clicked in November, and I've kind of started to make it my life's work. Like the big thing in my life is mindfulness, like every moment as much as possible, being mindful of my emotions, mindful of my reactions, mindful of my judgments and my presuppositions, constantly questioning and challenging myself. You know, where does this habit come from, this behavior? Which sounds like a lot, but it's not. I had a time in June where I was doing it in a really unhealthy way and I was driving myself crazy. This feels much more natural and intuitive, and I can't really say off the cuff why that is, but I think the mindfulness is a big piece of it. I go to a group in person where we meditate, and then it's also more of a 12-step format. And so I meditate at least once a week there, but I haven't been meditating much on my own, and I think that's going to be an important thing to start doing. Just to become more aware of what I am feeling. I've had several experiences recently where I wake up already being irritable or feeling a certain kind of way, or just having this like subtle sadness undercurrent for no reason in theory, like no external impulse causing it. And so, you know, based on Michael Singer's teachings, that would be emotions coming to the surface now that I'm open and willing to experience them and let them go. I'm still working on the letting go process. I'm still very novice in this. A few days ago, I, for the first time, actually felt myself being able to relax behind the irritability and allow it to be there as I continued on with my day without letting it control me. Maybe I'll in another video read my journal entry from that day, but I'm still very much working on doing that. And yeah, but my life has been so much better so far. But that doesn't mean it's not work, and that it's not hard, and that I don't still feel bad. And so yeah, I just want to be honest and open and feel like this might give me some accountability. And I kind of hope that no one sees this, even though I'm about to post it on the internet. Alrighty, thanks.